Hello students, welcome back to my class Chemistry Gurukul. And students, today we will discuss about how to write chemical formula. I hope this you have already studied in your previous classes, especially during class 7. It was mentioned, but some of you have forgotten. So just to revise all these things, I will explain you how you can write chemical formula in easy manner. Okay, so let's start our class. Our topic is writing chemical formula, but before that students, you should know about valency. This term however you will study in next chapter, but little bit I will explain you here that what is valency. Valency is the combining capacity or power of an element is known as its valency. Suppose here I am explaining you in a smaller way. Suppose sodium is an element, its symbol is Na and its atomic number is 11. Okay, so when you will write its configuration, it will be 281. Now the one electron which is written in its outermost shell, it represents its combining capacity. I will explain you this with one very good example. You might have seen or heard about octopus. Have you heard about octopus? Octopus has 8 feet, or rather you can say 8 hands, and if it has to make bond with human beings, because human has 2 hands, so how they will combine with how many human beings? So for that, if one hand means one human being has to combine with 2 hands of the octopus. Okay, so you will think when you will see in your figure that the octopus has to combine with 4 human beings to complete, or you can say to make a bond. Okay, because it has 8 hands and we require 4 human beings to get 8 hands for making bond. So that's how this concept has to be made clear when we are writing a chemical formula, and for that we require valency. Now valency is the combining capacity, means how much electrons one element can give or take to make a bond. Okay, now after valency there is a term called ion. What is an ion, children? Ion means when an element loses or gains electron at that particular time, it's get converted into ions. Okay, it is a charged particle, you can say. It could be positive or negative. When it is positively charged, we call them cations. When it is negatively charged ions, we call them anions. Some of the examples you might have seen in your books. Suppose if it is a positively charged cation, some of the examples I have written here: Na plus, Cl minus, this is anion, this is cation, this is cation. Okay, now in your book some polyatomic ions are also given along with monoatomic, diatomic ions. All these examples I will send you in the video clip, you could see there. Okay, there. Okay, now coming to the main part, the rules. This is the very important thing which you have to remember whenever you are writing the chemical formula. That is the rules for writing a chemical formula. Always remember, because these are the basic concepts. If you will keep all these things in your mind, you will never feel awkward or never be failure while writing the chemical formula. First rule is that the valencies or charges of the ion must balance. What does it mean? It means, suppose I have explained it with one example, very good example I have taken here. Carbon has valency 4, therefore it will combine with 4 atoms of an element. Like hydrogen, which has a valency of 1, thus the formula of methane having 1 carbon atom is CH4, means the valency of this carbon is satisfied when 4 hydrogens are attached to carbon. So the valencies or the charges of the ion must be balanced. Here it is balanced. Okay, so this is the first rule. Now coming to the second rule, when a compound consists of a metal and a non-metal, the symbol of the metal is written on the left hand side and that of the non-metal is written on the right hand side. Suppose you have to write the formula of sodium chloride, you will write NaCl. Children, here you could see that in this example, this Na, sodium is a metal. Sodium is a metal. According to this statement or the second rule, always remember the metal should be on the left hand side and the non-metal, here chloride ion is the non-metal, so it will be on the right hand side. Okay. Similarly, in other compounds also, in iron sulfide you could see here iron is metal, sulfur is non-metal. More other examples you can see, okay, in your day-to-day life or in your books also, so you can make out the rule. Now coming to the third rule, in compounds with polyatomic ions, poly means many, when many atomic ions are there, more than one ions are there, then what you have to do there? You will always remember the ion is enclosed in a bracket before writing the number to indicate the ratio. Okay, suppose here calcium bicarbonate, I have taken one example of calcium bicarbonate. So the formula of here, actually here bicarbonate is the polyatomic part, so here it will be enclosed in the bracket. Calcium is metallic part which is written on the left hand side, and this is the polyatomic part which has been, or you can say polyatomic ion part, which is written on the right hand side and enclosed in brackets. Now you will be amazed to see that 2 is written here. What is this 2? I will always explain you in the next part when I will discuss how to write the chemical formula. Actually children, this 2 indicates the valency of calcium. Okay, so whenever formula is written, the valencies are crossed over. Okay, now here next example I have taken ammonium sulfate. Ammonium sulfate, in case of here ammonium sulfate, ammonium is polyatomic ion, so here you can say that it is written in the bracket and sulfate is outside the bracket. Now next, chemical formula for molecular compounds. How to write the formulas? Whenever you are writing the formulas, always remember the first step. In the first step, you have to write the symbols of the constituent elements. Okay, suppose you have to write the formula of calcium oxide. Okay, so here what you will do, instead you should always know the symbol with which these elements can be written. Calcium is symbolized as Ca, okay, and oxygen, I am writing here oxygen. Okay, now write the valencies of the atoms below their symbols. Calcium has valency +2. Now why I have written +2? Children, always remember that metals have tendency to lose the electrons. Here calcium is metal, so metals have tendency to lose the electrons. In chemistry, whenever the electron has been lost, always remember you have to put the sign plus. Whenever the electron is gained by an element, you will always put minus charge. Okay, so in case of metals, they always shows plus, means plus valency is positive charge. However, non-metals, they will always show negative valencies, or you can say minus charge over their valencies, means they have the gaining tendency. They will never lose electron, because it is the reason that in the outermost shell they have more than 4 electrons. Generally they have more than 4 electrons. So if the number of electron is more than 4 in any element, atomic orbital. This you will study in your next chapter. I will cover all these topics, but here I am just giving you the initial points so that you can write the chemical formulas. Okay, so always remember these 2 points, it will be easier for you to write the formula. Now oxygen, it shows -2 valency. So in the second step you have to write the valencies. Now third step is cross over the valencies of the combining atoms. Here you have to cross over the valencies. Okay, means this valency has to be sent to the calcium part and this crossed with the oxygen. So the formula of calcium oxide will be CaO. Okay, why I have written CaO? Because I have just written direct, but instead there is a in between step left, that is whenever you will do the crossover you will get the formula like this. But always remember, when you are getting the similar numbers of the valencies, you can say, so you have to divide it with the same number and then it will be cancelled out, and finally you will get calcium oxide, that is CaO. So this is how you can write the formulas. Some of the compounds name I will give you in the description box, and there you can see and practice it for the betterment of your examination, you can say, or you can say revision work. So you just go through the chapter and this topic, and all the best. Thanks for watching.